NBA basketball. In this game, we'll see the Los Angeles Clippers against the Atlanta Hawks. With Hall of Famer Doris Burke and Greg Anthony, this is Kevin Harlan. On the sidelines, we have David Aldridge reporting. Looking now at some numbers for James Harden.
His assist numbers in the past 5 games have gone in the wrong direction. He's been out of sync with his teammates, sort of playing on an island instead of as part of a 5-man unit.
A look at Atlanta's opening lineup. The pairing up front, Johnson and Capella. Daniels out there with Young. And it's Reza Shea in at the 3, the small forward. And for the Clippers, Jones and Zubats make up the 4 and the 5. Harden out there with Dunn, and it's Powell in at the 3. And nearing the midway point, Doris, we're always seeing some shifts in the landscape of competition.
That, to me, Kevin, is what makes things both interesting and exciting. There's an intrigue to, are some of the young players in the league pushing the established stars? How deeply into the careers of the great players are we? And are we looking at the end of what has been an extraordinary run of talent? It's always incredible to watch.
And the basket by Harden.
Now, Harden has made a career of his ability to navigate into the painted area. Boy, this guy, if he gets inside, look out, turn the lights out.
Young, no good. Here now, the Clippers. Jones sets the pick for Dunn. Harden outside. 5 to shoot. From deep three-point territory. Rebound by the Hawks. And this is the first season matchup for them against this Clippers team. Here is Daniels. Dunn covering. And here's Daniels. And he uses the glass on the layup.
Just setting the tone with an aggressive move to the rag. And where's the help defensively?
To me, that's a complete lack of communication on that side of the ball. These guys need to be talking to each other.
And here are the Clippers now. After the basket by Atlanta. Powell for 3. And it's Daniels with the rebound.
And the way he was able to reach out towards that release had an impact.
Well, no question. He altered that shot, and most of the time, that's just as good as blocking it.
Just great anticipation by Young. He just sees the play developing, knows exactly where he wants to go with the ball.
Now, here's Zubats. 11-point game his last outing. Powell, the pass to Harden. Count it.
And I tell you, James Harden's ability to power through contact and finish with bodies around him is something else.
Hawks have gone 2 of 3 here to start out the game. Pass to Daniels. Back to Young. Over Harden. And it's Young. That time on the assist by Daniels.
Poor design there defensively. They know he's a knockdown shooter from that spot.
That's not coming with the right mentality. The defender neither closes the space nor challenges the shot. That's frustrating as a coach, boy.
Here's Dunn, following the basket by Trae Young. Now Zubats. And you can see his scoring totals. Those are some pretty good numbers. He's putting up close to 15 points a game on average. Good on the shot.
Well, just nice to see the time spent in the gym by Chris Dunn coming to fruition on that jumper.
Recently, Doris, the Clippers have had their most successful stretch in franchise history.
Well, think about it, Kevin. They've only missed the playoffs twice, going all the way back to 2012. They made their first conference finals in team history back in 2021. Not bad for a franchise that had one of the worst win-loss records in league history.
And Capella has run pick and rolls so many times, adept at knowing where to cut after the screen.
And Tyronn Lue calls timeout. He wants a minute here to get things straightened out with his team.
And let's take a look at some numbers for Daniels. He's putting up 13 points a game, just over 3 steals, and 5 rebounds. And you love his anticipation. All those steals, he's always a step ahead, reading plays before they develop.
there's a sneakiness, a craftiness. You think he's not watching, and suddenly he's taking the ball in the other direction.
Outside, Jones to the left side wing. Harden outside. Clock at 6. Uses the glass to finish the layup. Harden's got 6. First quarter of play and just over 3.5 minutes in. Pass to Daniels. Harden against Young. And it's the Clippers with the rebound. They come into this one following a loss to the Thunder.
And defensively in that one, they needed to come up with big stops to quiet that crowd, and that's obviously easier said than done.
I'll tell you this, it looked like they wanted to get out of town as quickly as possible. The problem is their defense went with them.
Now here's Harden. After the miss from Trae Young. Out of bounds, it'll go to the Hawks.
A moment here to look at some numbers for Norman Powell. And he's right up there in the top 20 in scoring. Certainly a force to be reckoned with offensively.
And back to his efficiency from 3, as you said, he's top 10 in the league. Defenses are now trying to deny him the basketball, but really to no avail. Last outing for Atlanta, it was a loss to Los Angeles. Daniels with it. Last game we saw him score 13. Pass to Johnson. Here's Ricochet. And a miss there on the triple. Now here's Powell. Had a tough time getting going against the Thunder. He was a non-factor in that game.
Well, you love to see Norman Powell be unselfish and find an open teammate. That's pretty.
Ricochet with it. Guarded by Powell. Now Capella. And the rejection by Zubats. And that one goes out of bounds. Touched by Zubats. And right now, let's watch that terrific swat.
And guys, that is lockdown defense at its finest. Going right at the shot and then able to knock it away.
And the Clippers making a switch here. Batum's checked in. And the Hawks making a change here as well. Hunter's checked in. Here is Daniels. Dunn covering. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Daniels, no good. The Clippers in the lead. Batum passes to Harden. Pass to Dunn. Jacks up a 3. And James Harden with the 3. Harden's got 9 points.
Well, James Harden, a sniper through and through. You give him even a little sliver of daylight, and that ball is gone.
Johnson dishes to Young. Capella with a screen on Harden. Young passes to Capella. And here is Hunter. On the wing, Daniels. Dunn covering. And that one's good. Daniels. He has 5.
Listen, even average three-point shooters are going to make that shot. Defense must be better.
And here's Harden. He's got 9. Outside, Batum. 2 open that time. Made it look too easy.
I'll tell you, that last 3 must have riled up Batum because he wanted to get that shot off quickly.
Pass to Young. Lob pass to Capella. And the dunk by Capella.
And the long arms of Capella, using them to perfection as a target for his teammates on that alley-oop.
Now here's Harden. He's a solid producer, averaging nearly 22 points a game. Powell kicks to Batum. Inside. Here's Zubats. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. It's going to be on Trae Young.
How about Zubac making great use of the up fake, get that defender off balance.
And a moment to look at the scoring approach in terms of where the points are coming from for Los Angeles.
So far, they've moved the ball well, leading to open, high-percentage looks. Lots of assists in this one.
Yeah, and their assertiveness in the paint so far tonight has been impactful. They're really making it hard for the interior defense.
And talk about victors and guys who play to their strength. What about Zubac? He does a great job.
He does, Kevin, a 7-footer who wants to play like a 7-footer. He's an outstanding rebounder. He doesn't need the ball offensively. You know he's going to show up and give you great effort every night.
He doesn't get the second one.
It's been great watching Ivica Zubac's growth. This guy, his game has evolved and his role is increasing.
Hunter kicks to Johnson. Young taking his time here. Three-pointer, Daniels. It's hauled in by Zubac. And so Harden will bring it up for the Clippers. Here's Dunn. Good. It's Harden with the assist that time.
Well, how much do you appreciate Chris Dunn working hard inside to come away with these easy interior buckets?
Here's the screen. Young passes to Capella. It's not going to go for him. Excellent defense there from Zubac. Time now to turn to our sideline reporter, David Aldridge. David.
Kevin, the Clippers are intent on winning big. Coach Tyronn Lue said half of it is great talent, and I think half of it is execution. When you get to the playoffs, it's a whole different animal. We got to be 100% execution with our talent. That makes for a dangerous team. Kevin?
Very dangerous. All right, David.
Shooting two.
The free throw drops for Powell.
What you love about Norman Powell historically is he knows his role is professional scorer.
And so Powell nails both of them.
Well, one thing there's no question about is that Norman Powell is a gifted athlete. Now it's about rounding out that game, particularly his shooting.
Now, here's Hunter. And in the game with the Lakers, he did not play that well. That one falls. Young's got his second basket of the game. Los Angeles leading by 4. And Tyronn Lue calls timeout. He's made the decision. He wants to huddle up with this guy. Well, you got to help out the team whenever you can, and this group of shooting guards have helped out on the glass for their respective teams this year. Harden outside. Clippers moving the ball around. And Capella sends it back.
Quick off the floor, has that long reach. Capella there with the intimidation.
And now let's take a look again at that incredible rejection.
And this is why coaches stress the importance of defense. Big block there in this close game.
A different look for the Clippers. Bamba is checked in for Zubac. Kevin Porter comes in for Dunn. And Bones Highland subbed in for James Harden. Six on the shot clock. Porter against Bogdanovich. Los Angeles with another miss.
I think this is a spot he has got to become more consistent from if you want to command the defender's respect.
Here's Krejci. Here's Okongwu. And Okongwu slams it in.
Second chance points always hurt. Just not enough effort to block out.
No doubt those extra possessions can really add up against you when you do not take care of the defensive glass. Well, we didn't see the same kind of control we're used to seeing from him. This guy is usually a tremendous finisher.
And a look now at a few years' worth of data. Some of the assist numbers under the microscope for James Harden.
The drop in his assists over the past few years have made him more of a one-dimensional player offensively. He needs to get that passing element back in his game, and that'll make life a lot more difficult for opposing defenses.
And that one misses. And with this era of the Atlanta Hawks, Greg, they've gone as far as their defense has let them.
You look back at their conference finals run in 21, that was the last time they had a top 10 defense. So scoring's never been the issue with this core, but defense has been non-existent.
And he sinks the second. Doris, recently the Clippers relocated their G League team, bringing basketball back to the city of San Diego.
Kevin, I absolutely love this because San Diego gets its first NBA representation since 1984. And yes, it's great for the city itself, but it's also a smart move by the NBA. You are tapping into an untouched market.
Hunter on the wing. Outside, Bogdanovich. Okongwu with the screen for Bogdanovich. And it's Okongwu slamming it down.
Oh, he is a highlight reel unto himself, guys.
That could be a contender for the dunk of the year, I think. And great camera work showing up on the AT&T 5G Slam Cam. Los Angeles has gone 2 of 4 from beyond the arc to start the game. Porter passes to Powell. Outside, Porter. The three-pointer is right on target. And the Clippers lead by 4.
Shooting while in rhythm. Porter Jr. has an impressive understanding for when to let that thing fly.
Krejci passes to Hunter. Here's Okongwu. Covered by Bamba. Hunter sets a screen for Bogdanovich. Driving to the basket. It's hauled in by Los Angeles.
Unbelievable. He blew that look, guys. No clue what went wrong there.
Here's Porter. A rebound by Johnson. Johnson's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. Bogdanovich against Powell. Pass to Krejci. Now Okongwu. Back to Johnson. Porter with the steal, and now Porter pushing it up. No one back to stop him.
Great quickness from Porter. He gets the steal and flies up the floor to convert on that play.
The Hawks trail by 6. Outside, Bogdanovich. Here's Krejci, still without a basket. Now Hunter. 4 on the clock. Johnson for 3. There's the triple. Batum grabs the miss. Clippers leading by 6. Pass to Highland. Porter looking it over. Batum a screen on Bogdanovich. From the arc. A shot by Batum, no good. 8-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Here's Krejci. He's defended by Highland. And the basket by Krejci.
And, guys, they continue to put a lot of pressure on the interior defenders with their work down low.
Bogdanovich against Porter. Pass to Highland. Off the mark there with the three-point shot. James Harden getting it done for the Clippers. He finishes with 9 points in the quarter. The D is having all sorts of problems with him. Right back after this break. And for those of you just tuning in, the second quarter of action is where we're at right now. And before we move on, what do you guys think about what we've seen so far from the Clippers?
Well, they used the fast break to generate some easy buckets before the defense could get set.
And we know this. Every team in the league now seems to be looking to play with pace.
The Hawks trail by 4. So with Johnson on the bench, here's the 5 for Quinn Snyder right now. Bogdanovich on the wing. He's paired with Rizeshe. DeAndre Hunter out there with Okongwu. And it's Krejci in at the 1 spot. Shot clock at 5. The Hawks working the ball around. A 3 from Bogdanovich. Drains it from beyond the arc.
And this is why Bogdanovich has a permanent green light from the arc. Frankly, the team expects this from him.
Pass to Bamba. Here's Coffey. Last game, 26 points. Greg, what a great time to be a fan of basketball. Not just in the NBA, but all over the world.
Absolutely, Kevin. The sport just continues to grow, and there's increased value being placed on all-around skill, even in youth basketball. And I think that bodes well for the future of the game.
Here's Highland following the bucket by the Hawks. Down low, the kick out to Porter. From beyond the arc, Reggie with the rebound. The Hawks leading. Bogdanovich passes to Okongwu. Rizeshe with it. Still yet to score. Pass to Bogdanovich. Another 3 for Atlanta.
And with Bogdanovich is that well set up, he's almost automatic. Nice shot.
And so it's Porter bringing it up now for the Clippers. Coffey passes to Bamba. And here's Porter. He's covered by Bogdanovich. And that one is good. Porter's got 7 points.
And if you're the guy who has to guard him, it is never going to be an easy night for you.
Here's Krejci. He's defended by Highland. Bogdanovich. A good finish at the rack off the slick feed. Bogdanovich has got the lead back up to 4 now for the Hawks. Last outing for the Hawks, it was a loss to the Lakers in Los Angeles. Pass to Jones. 1:02 and just under 2.5 minutes gone by. Highland misses.
That's the kind of D you need when he's got the ball near the hoop. They were all over.
And Bogdanovich throws it down.
Not the kind of aggressive defense they need to cut into the lead.
Yeah, you have to protect the rim, Greg, a little better.
They're just too slow to react. You can't afford to sleepwalk through possessions. What's going on out there?
And here is Los Angeles now after the basket by Atlanta. Jones kicks to Porter. Drills it from outside. He's got 10.
Good to see Porter Jr. knocking down the triple. Needs to keep taking and making those shots.
Bogdanovich looking around, and there is a whistle. That'll go on Derek Jones. That's his first foul. Jones checked in for Derek Jones. Nancy's checked in for the Hawks. To the inside. Makes it off the glass. Nance has got his first bucket in this one.
The ball movement on this run has been fantastic and is a big part of why they've been able to get these good looks.
And Rizeshe, the prototypical size and skill for a wingman.
Yeah, he's got some jelly to his game. Handle, touch. At his size, that becomes very tough to contain.
Here's Rizeshe after the basket by Los Angeles. Nance outside. Pass to Bogdanovich. This one for 3, and the 3 ball is good. Bogdanovich has got the lead up to 6 now for the Hawks.
And at the offensive end, he's done about as much as they could have hoped for today.
Now here's Porter. He's got 10. Puts up a 3. Out to the right wing. Here's Coffey. That's in. Coming off an assist from Jones. Coffey's got himself going there. His first points of the game on the deep ball. Bogdanovich against Highland. Outside Bogdanovich. Pass to Okongwu. Count the bucket, and he's got a free throw coming up as well.
That's how you share the rock. He does this time and time again.
And let's quickly check out the scoring breakdown here for the Hawks.
Straight away, they've opened things up offensively with skillful passing, running smart plays, and just setting guys up for success.
The other thing that's gone exceptionally well for them tonight is the shooting they've displayed from beyond the three-point arc.
Clippers trail by 6. And here's Porter. Pass to Batum. Over Okongwu. A shot by Batum, no good. Hunter against Porter. Hunter, the pass to Young. Rebound by the Clippers. Harden kicks to Porter. It's good. That basket, he's now 5 for 9.
All right, defensively now, you've got to find a way to slow this guy down because he's putting it to you.
And timeout is called by Quinn Snyder. He wants to regroup and go over the strategy. Nancy's checking for Atlanta. Well, who doesn't like fast break basketball? They're on the 2K Sports leaderboard, the real stats, real scores from the real NBA with the teams who have scored the most points in transition this season. The 4th spot held by the Hawks.
I think that's what really distinguishes them offensively. They really like to get out in transition.
Atlanta leading by 4. Pass to Bogdanovich. Capella dishes to Bogdanovich. Young against Harden. Clock at 4. And Young, here we go. Comes up empty down low.
Well, when you've been struggling as he has, you love that your teammates have really stepped up and taken the challenge.
And while we've got a moment, let's send it over to our terrific reporter, David Aldridge. David?
Kevin, thanks very much. James Harden is still a factor at age 35. He says, I'm more than a scorer, so for me, it's just impacting the game at the highest level. Kevin, he's led the league in scoring 3 times, but has also led the league in assists. So it's pretty much true. Back to you.
Thank you, David. Oh, don't forget, he rebounds as well as any guard right now in the NBA. Here is Porter. After the basket by Bogdanovich. Zubac's a screen on Young. Hands it from downtown. Harden's got 12 in the game.
I mean, we've come to expect this from James Harden. The ability to strike quickly from beyond the three-point line is just special.
Young against Harden. To the paint. Here's Nance. And Nance slams it in.
Well, not exactly one of those big, burly power forwards, right? He depends on his leaping ability more than those guys, and it serves him just fine.
Porter kicks to Harden. From downtown, and another 3 for the Clippers.
One of the great NBA players one-on-one in the history of the game, James Harden, has got a rhythm, and that's trouble.
Harden against Young. Nance a screen on Harden. And here's Young from the arc. The Clippers grab the miss. Here's Coffee down low. And as James Harden enters his mid-30s doors, he's still able to put his fingerprints all over a game.
It's so true, Kevin. Rumors of his supposed demise have been greatly exaggerated. This guy's able to create shots for himself and his teammates at an elite level.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
And he makes the first. Talk about confidence. Greg, what do you think about Harden's quote from a couple years ago when he said, "I'm not a system player, I am the system"?
Kevin, I laughed when I heard it because most guys couldn't say that. But Harden absolutely can. He's an elite scorer turned elite passer. Your offense has to orbit around him when he's on the floor.
Just solid. Really one of the very best there is at the free throw line.
And Young kicks to Johnson. Pass to Daniels. Off target from outside. And so it's Harden bringing it up for Los Angeles. Zubac with the screen for Harden. Wants to get it to Zubac. And does.
Yeah, if you allow Zubac positioning near the cup, look out. This is what you can expect.
The Hawks trailing. Johnson outside. Pass to Rizichet to end the run. And the layup is good.
That's their 3rd straight make off an assist.
The Clippers have gone 8 of 14 in the second quarter on field goal attempts. Inside, here's Zubac, and the dunk by Zubac.
So strong, so tough. He beats a Zubac, absorbs the contact, and goes right through it.
Daniels with it. Back to Young. The shot's good on the assist by Daniels. Young's got 6.
Yeah, the chemistry has been terrific. Really impressed with their offensive execution.
Pass to Powell. To the middle and taken away by Johnson. Pass break here. Here come the Hawks. Here's Rizichet. Powell pulls it in.
Something that's kept this game close is the fact that the rebound stats for both teams are almost identical.
Atlanta's gotten a lot of looks from outside tonight. 5 of 12. And the dunk by Capella.
And this is the chemistry Capella has with his guys. Exceptional at feeling when to go for alley-oops.
And Tyronn Lue calls timeout. He wants to check in with his team and regroup.
Stats for Johnson. Unbelievable play for him over the last month. 10th in rebounding. And he's as opportunistic as anybody defensively, ranking among the top 15 league-wide in steals per game.
And he's a top 10 rebounder this year for good reason. He's unbelievably driven, and he competes with you for the entire game. Now here's Harden. He's got 17. Shot clock at 6. Rebound by Johnson. Johnson's got his 7th rebound here tonight. Here's Rizichet. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul.
Oh, the officials are all over that.
The Atlanta shooting their 4th and 5th attempts at the free throw line tonight.
Yeah, pretty good numbers on the season when you look at their free throw attempts, right around 78%.
First free throw is good. Both good from the line that time. Clippers trail by 4. Harden the pass to Zubac. Now here's Jones. Now Harden, defended by Young. Fires the 3. They grab their own miss. Jones dishes to Harden. Here's Dunn. Good. It's Harden with the assist that time. Harden's got his 5th assist in this one.
Listen, this guy is not the most dangerous threat from there, but you have got to honor the shooting a little bit.
Now, here is Young. 6 points for him. Takes the shot. Basket number 4 this game. Brings him up to 4 for 9.
And of the last 6 baskets, 5 have come on the interior. This is just smash mouth physical basketball, guys.
Here is Harden. They trail by 3. Dunn's shot's good.
Now, the defense has to be better. Dunn is such a quick release on these mid-range jumpers.
Now Young. 8 points for him. Low block shot. And he overshot that one, missing.
Not a lot falling for him in this quarter. He's got to stay aggressive, try to break through. See if you can get an easy opportunity.
Always going up for the alley-oop here. And Jones with the stuff.
There's a reason James Harden is always near the top of the assist charts. That ability to distribute to teammates is elite.
Now, here is Young. He had a 33-point outing in their last game against the Lakers in Los Angeles.
And boy, did he have it going offensively. He lived at the line during that game as well, and that's where he got a lot of those points.
Clippers with the ball. After the basket by Atlanta. Dunn outside. Wants to get it to Zubac, and does. Throws it down as the official calls the foul. It may be a 3-point play. It goes on Jalen Johnson.
If you're going to foul Ivica Zubac, you better really foul him. This guy's got great strength.
This is his 3rd free throw attempt of the game.
Not the best statistic for him in terms of his performance at the line. Very low numbers.
One shot.
No wasted trips at all. They're taking care of business at the line.
And so it's Young who brings it up for the Hawks. It's off to Utah after this game where they'll face the Jazz. That will be the 5th game of the 6-game road trip. And the foul on Dyson Daniel. That's his first foul. The Clippers in the lead. 20 seconds left now here in the second. Harden with it. 17 points in the game. 6 to shoot. From outside the arc. A shot off that time. James Harden getting it done for the L.A. Clippers. Setting up teammates and getting buckets. He is looking as determined as ever. A chance now to send it over. Thank you, David. We'll be back after halftime for the start of the second half momentarily.
And get ready for the fan half-court shot. Drums, please. They're thinking about the shot.
Hey folks, let's get right to it. How about James Harden? He's having himself a game.
He's been hunting for a shot pretty much all first half, and why not? The results speak for themselves.
From the naked eye, he just looks like he wants it more than anybody else on the floor.
Isn't
Ernie, what is a naked eye?
I was just about to say, isn't the eye always naked?
It is.
Well, no, if you put glasses on.
Ooh.
Are glasses like clothes? Eye clothes. Let's start a new company, Kenny.
Now let's take a moment here for a look at the upcoming schedule.
And for that matchup with the Jazz, they hold some advantages, but can't play sloppy or uninspired. Still have to come in focused and get the job done.
That's just like us here in the studio. It's hard to bring it every day, but, you know, we try. And that concludes halftime. Now time to send it over to Kevin Harlan as the game's about to resume.
And as we get into this third quarter, as we've seen so far, neither team able to create much separation on the scoreboard yet. A fantastic game from Harden in this one.
No problems fighting his way to the rim in this one. A lot of points in close.
And part of that has to do with his mindset. He has been looking to push the action at every opportunity, and he has been in attack mode all night.
The Hawks trail it. Jones and Zubac make up the 4 and the 5. Chris Dunn is out there with Harden, and it's Powell in at the 3 slot. That's who's out there for the Clippers. Young. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. It's going to be on James Harden.
You know, tight little up fake there. Young using it to create contact, and we know he's a terrific free throw shooter.
For Atlanta, they have shot 80% from the line tonight, going 4 of 5 so far.
Shooting 2.
And he knocks down the first one.
And Young, a fiery competitor, someone who enjoys getting under the skin of opposing players.
And so Young nails them both.
And it's become clear what a leader Young is on this team. He senses when they need an infusion of confidence and always tries to provide it.
Harden outside. Right wing. Outside. Jones. Pass to Powell. And here's Harden for 3. Rebound Atlanta. And here's Daniels. Rizachet in the corner for 3. It's hauled in by Zubac. Zubac has got 8 rebounds in this game. Done outside. Back to Harden. And a minute played as the second half gets going. The tray. Rebounded by the Hawks. Johnson's got his 8th rebound here tonight. To the inside. And the dunk by Rizachet.
Those plays can make a difference in a game like this.
Well, you know it's going to fire up, Greg, everybody on that bench.
Well, credit him for going for it, not settling, saying, I'm going to attack.
And here's Harden for 3. Made that one. It's his 7th of the contest, 7 for 15 from the floor.
And James Harden simply stated is putting it to the defense right now. Somebody has got to step up and get the ball out of his hands.
Back to Daniels. And stolen by Dunn. In the corner, Powell with it. Lets a floater go. And it's Rizachet with the rebound.
That's 1 for their first 4 to start the second half.
Pass to Johnson. Here's Young. Rocket 6. Plays it up and banks it in. Young's got 12 in the game.
Such a creative ball handler. Young has an ability to carve out room for himself with his dribble.
Only 20% shooting in this quarter. They need to settle down and relax a little bit here.
Pass to Rizachet. Capella with a screen on Powell. Down low. And the dunk by Capella.
It doesn't get any easier than this. Capella's work ethic is what allows him to get those dunks.
And Tyron Lue calls timeout. And coach has decided they need a moment to talk things over. And a chance now to look at the small forwards who have been dominant this season offensively. Norman Powell is second.
A lot of the NBA's most explosive players man that small forward position, and you're looking at a pretty good collection of them right there.
Boy, that's putting it mildly. The offensive firepower they're packing is superb, and their talent runs the gamut. They can hurt you inside, long range, anywhere in between. They're all just too tough to stop.
Done outside. Pass to Zubac. And the dunk by Zubac.
And credit the screen for giving him the space he needed to get to the rim.
For sure, GA allows him to come in with the sledgehammer.
Boy, that's a play you just practice time and time again, and that's the result of the work put in.
An incredible reverse throwdown. Excellent body control.
And guys, I'd even go as far to say that was a punctuation dunk. A little under 2.5 minutes off the clock now here in the third. Zubac, a screen on Young. From deep, Harden. Rebound by Johnson. Johnson's got rebound number 9 now. What an effort here tonight. And Capella the bucket on the assist by Young. Now it's a 5-point Hawks lead. And so Harden will bring it up for Los Angeles. Done outside. Six on the shot clock. To the paint. Here's Jones. No good. Shot missing. Good work defensively by Johnson. Executing to perfection right now offensively.
I mean, in total sync. Good luck trying to stop him now.
Three-pointer, Daniels. And it's the Clippers with the rebound. Pass to Dunn. Cuts off the pass. Inside. Here's Young. Good work defensively by Harden. Clippers trail by 5. Now done. Now Zubac. Shot clock at 6. Shoots over Capella. And that one is good from Zubac. Zubac has got 11 points.
Well, Zubac can hit that shot from time to time. You got to contest his mid-range.
Pass to Rizichet. Back to Young. Three-pointer. Buries it from three-point range. Young's got the lead up to 6 now for Atlanta.
You can't just stop when there's a pick set up. Gotta fight over it as a defender.
You know exactly what that takes. It takes energy, it takes activity, it takes intensity.
Harden outside. Pass to Zubac. No stopping him there. Jams it in as he's fouled. Chance now for a three-point play. That's on Clint Capella.
James Harden is equally good, passer or scorer. There he sets his teammate up nicely.
Shooting 1.
And that one misses. The Hawks leading by 4. Daniels with it. Now guarded by Dunn. Daniels, no good. The Clippers have gone a somewhat subpar 4 of 10 on their shots in the second half so far. Back to Harden. Screen by Zubac. Harden the pass to Zubac. And the dunk by Zubac.
Boy, how about that touch on the roll by Zubac? Nice finish.
James Harden assists.
The Hawks have gone 6 of 10 from the field in the third quarter. Young against Harden. And that one off the back of the rim and in. 17 points in the game.
They seem to concede that shot, and his response is, thank you very much.
Pass to Jones. Dunn kicks to Powell. Rebound, Atlanta. Johnson's got 11 rebounds in the game. Here's Ricochet, defended by Jones. Lets it go from deep. It's hauled in by Zubats. Zubats has got 10 rebounds here tonight. So active. Here's Harden on the wing. Dunn outside. Wants to get it to Zubats, and does. They get it back. 2 seconds left, and the dunk by Zubats.
I'll tell you, they've been leaning on Ivica Zubats offensively all night, and he has answered the call.
Daniels passes to Johnson. Back to Daniels. That one falls, coming off Johnson's feet. Daniels has got 9.
They didn't have much of a problem getting the ball into the post that time.
Outside, Jones. Now here's Powell. Tight defense on him. Pass to Harden. Launches a 3. Knocks down the 3-ball. Harden's got 23 points.
Boy, picking up where he left off. His second from distance is half, 5 overall.
Johnson outside. Back to Young. Capella sets a screen for Young. Buries it down low. Young's got 11 points in the quarter.
A bad man on the offensive end. Young can really be a menace with his shooting.
Harden kicks to Zubats. Pass to Dunn. And here's Harden. And he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2. It's going to be on Trae Young.
Just another day at the office for Mr. Harden, once again making his way to the foul line.
And guys, let's get your take on the scoring breakdown for Atlanta.
They've been playing some really physical offense, just attacking the paint as much as possible. And I tell you what, they have been very successful with that strategy.
I think another thing that's striking here tonight, the ball movement is incredible. Again and again, they're making smart passes to ready shooters.
No good on that one.
The old phrase, he lives at the line, that is James Harden, folks.
So, for the Clippers, Bamba is checked in for Zubats. Batum comes in for Jones. And Kevin Porter's subbed in for Chris Dunn. And he's good on the second.
James Harden brings tremendous versatility. He can score it, he can distribute. Whatever you need from him offensively, he can provide it.
Pass to Okongwu. Okongwu with a screen on Porter. Back to Okongwu. Bamba with the block. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Hawks will retain possession. And we have to take another glance at that powerful rejection.
Sharp instincts on D there. Just timing when to rise up and swat that away.
Bones Highland is checked in for the Clippers.
Bones Highland.
It's Bogdanovich on the wing. Guarded by Porter. Just 4 to shoot. Here's Krejci. That falls. Nice feed that time from Bogdanovich. Krejci's got his second basket of the night.
I'll tell you, you are playing with fire anytime you leave this guy open, and they just got burned.
Batum scanning the floor. Here's Porter. That one's not going to go. Good D by Bogdanovich. Atlanta leading by 5. Here's Krejci. He has 5. Here's Hunter. Misses the layup. He had him with that bump fake. And so Powell will bring it up for the Los Angeles Clippers. This pause in the action gives us a chance to see the teams that have scored the most points off turnovers this month. 5th, the Clippers.
Yeah, I mean, their defense has been really good, and it's led to a lot of easy opportunities on offense. Creating points off turnovers has been key.
And the first one drops. Los Angeles making a switch here. Coffey's checked in. And so Powell nails both of them. The Hawks leading by 3. Here's Krejci. Shoots over Powell. Hunter, no good.
And it didn't fall, but that's the kind of shot they want their offense to create.
You know, it can be frustrating when you make the right play and fail to reap the rewards. You just have to stay with it here.
Now here's Porter. He's got 12. Just 5 to shoot. The shot goes down and he gets this game back to even. Porter's got 15. So it's the Hawks now. Now Bogdanovich. There's a minute 34 left here in the third quarter.
Boy, that's too easy to miss, but somehow he finds a way to do it.
Porter with it. He's got 15. Here's Coffey. The layup missed. Atlanta's gone a less than productive 2 of 6 from three-point land in the second half. Here's Okongwu. It's in, and he's a very efficient 5 for 6 on the game.
They're doing a really good job of getting the ball inside and attacking the paint. That's an area they have completely dominated.
And here's Porter for the lead. Krejci with the rebound. The Hawks leading. Pass to Bogdanovich. Here's Krejci. He's defended by Highland. Krejci passes to Hunter. Here's Okongwu. 11 points in the game. Just 5 on the clock. Here's Krejci. And here's Bogdanovich for 3. And Bamba pulls it down. Bamba's got his 4th rebound in this one. On the wing, Porter. And they call the foul, so a chance at the line for one more coming up.
Look at Porter going into attack mode, getting his shot and a trip to the line.
And he's got his first chance at the line here.
At the line for 1, Kevin Porter Jr.
And they now lead as the free throw drops for him.
And one of those guys who fell in the draft the year he came out due to injury. Porter healed up and has taken the lead by storm.
Now, here's Hunter. Lets it fly. Oh, he nails it just in time.
One eye on the rim, one on the clock. What a play.
Coaches talk about ending quarters. Well, you cannot do it better than that.
Trae Young, he's feeling it tonight and has been the driving force for the Hawks. He comes away with 11 points in the quarter. Here now a chance to show you our assist of the game. And it's presented as always by State Farm.
And he's always been the favorite to bag this honor. These kind of feeds are his bread and butter.
Well, this is why great point guard play is so critical in today's NBA. And you see it right there on display.
And it's been a very competitive game so far as we get rolling here in quarter number 4. So with Johnson on the bench, here's the 5 for Quinn Snyder right now. Outside, the wings are Bogdanovich and Hunter. Okongwu is out there with Nance, and it's Krejci in at the point. Highland's gone just 1 of 5 from the field. Here's Krejci. He's defended by Highland. Pass to Bogdanovich. Launches it. Batum grabs the miss.
Boy, a wide open shot from his favorite spot. That is one he'd like to have back.
Porter passes to Highland. Back to Porter. Upside, Batum. Fires for 3. Hunter grabs the miss. And here's Hunter. He'll bring it up for the Hawks. It's a 1-point game. Here's Okongwu. Another shot. It doesn't go for him. Great D that time from Batum. Porter inside. He's covered by Bogdanovich. Porter passes to Highland. Takes it inside. Good, and a nice assist from Porter. And the Clippers lead by 1.
Well, you can see the fast, agile driving ability of Bones Highland. Gets an angle and goes to work.
Porter against Bogdanovich. Batum brings the double team. Here's Nance. It's hauled in by Los Angeles. Bomba's got 6 rebounds here tonight. Outside, Porter. Teardrop shot. Rebounded by the Hawks. Outside, Bogdanovich. And they pick up 2.
Showing off his inside game. Bogdan is an all-around scorer.
Los Angeles has gotten off to an 0 for 2 start from downtown here in the 4th quarter. Outside, Porter. Sinks the 3-pointer. Porter's got 21.
He's hit 4 now from behind the arc, 2 in each half, making an impact.
Bogdanovich against Porter. Got a piece of it. Third minute of action now gone here in the 4th. Bomba's shot is off. For Atlanta, they've gone 1 of 5 from the field here in the 4th. A lot of misses, just the 1 make. Here's Krejci. He's defended by Highland. A 3 from Bogdanovich. Bangs home the trifecta. Bogdanovich has got 5 points now in the quarter.
Knocks that one down. 4 triples for the night, 3 in the first half.
Bogdanovich against Porter. Pass to Batum. Back to Porter. Down to 5 on the shot clock. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line.
The defender getting a little over anxious there, but Porter causes that anxiety with his high-level scoring ability.
Kevin Porter Jr.
And he makes the first. And the Hawks making a change here. Young's checked in. And Porter drops them both. Over 3.5 minutes through the final quarter now. Young against Harden. Young outside. Nance outside. Off target with his three. Clippers have gone just 33% from the field in the fourth quarter so far. They are 2 of 6. Here's Harden. And it's good for 2. 26 points for James Harden.
James Harden has made a living out of tough shot making. And I'll tell you, the defense pretty good right there. James Harden just better.
You love how each side has risen to the challenge throughout this one.
I'll tell you, we have seen great execution from both teams. Neither one giving an inch here.
Coffee passes to Flowers. Bamba with it. Pass to Harden. Harden draws the double. Just 3 to shoot. There's Porter with the 3. Drains the three-pointer. Porter's got 8 here in the quarter.
And this is the game plan for him. He's a big part of their floor spacing.
And right now, Greg, he is doing a great job delivering for this team. Productive and efficient.
Now Young. Over Harden. Yep, it goes, and the Clipper lead is cut down to 2 on the bucket from Young.
I'll tell you, he's been much better in this second half. He's taking smarter shots. He's looking more comfortable. And guess what? He's in a groove.
There's Porter with the 3. Atlanta with the rebound. Okongwu's now got 6 rebounds in the game. Bogdanovich with it, and it's Harden picking him up. To the middle, here's Nance, and the jam by Larry Nance.
Well, Nance diving to the cup. Give him the basketball. Let him use that athleticism.
Harden outside. Bamba setting the pick for Harden. Gets it to go from beyond the arc. Harden's got 29.
Their ability, again, to stretch the floor, particularly in this second half.
And guys, boy, when you're hitting, it sure does work. It obviously opens up major options at the offensive end.
Young.
And defensively, they are on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
Los Angeles has gone beyond the arc 7 times here in the fourth and been successful 3 times. Porter finds Harden. No good from outside. So it's Bogdanovich who brings up the ball for the Hawks. Here's Young to take the lead. Hunter, the pass to Bogdanovich. Hawks passing it around. Fires from deep. The shot's good from Nance. Nance has got 5 points now this quarter.
Wow, Larry Nance Jr. in a catch-and-shoot situation. That's not easy to guard.
Harden outside. Porter against Bogdanovich. Right block shot, and that one's good by Porter. Porter's got the game tied up here for the Clippers.
And we know Kevin Porter Jr. is capable of having big nights, and the way he's playing, this could be one.
And we'll have a timeout called by Quinn Snyder. He knows every possession is critical now. So both teams making some changes here. With a short break in the action gives us a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge.
Well, during the break, I listened in on Quinn Snyder's huddle. Now, with this game up for grabs, Coach told his guys to think positive. He said, "We know this game is ours, fellas. We've earned it. I need you to show me right now that you want this. When they get it done, we'll see, guys."
Thanks, David.
And the great shooters know when they've got enough opening to go for the 3. I didn't think it was a bad choice on that possession.
And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul.
And really the defense fouling there to prevent the layup, but that's exactly what you need to do.
At the line for your Clippers, Derek Jones Jr. 2 shots.
first one falls for him. And so Jones nails both of them.
And done a much better job from the line this half. They've gotten that percentage up over 80 for the game.
Pass to Shea. Back to Young. Three-pointer. Good on the three-point shot. Young's got 18 points just in the second half.
You know, the range Young has really is unlimited. He just feels comfortable shooting as soon as he crosses half court.
Dunn looking over the floor. Here's Harden. Shot is good off the back rim and in. Harden's got 7 points for the quarter.
Well, all night he has made an impact at the offensive end. Now he's trying to shut the door.
And here's Young from the arc. They get it again. They shoot again. And Capella with the layup. And the Hawks lead by 1.
The game has been very close in a lot of areas, but rebounding has been the one differentiator thus far.
Powell dishes to Jones. Pass to Zubac. Jones in the post. Capella's there. And it's slammed in by Jones. Time running low, guys, and somebody has got to win this one.
Yeah, well, who knows? We might need overtime in this one. It's been that kind of a game.
Screen by Capella. Young for 3. That shot off.
I'm shocked that didn't turn into 3 points. I mean, he makes you pay on those nearly every time.
Harden kicks to Jones. Young against Harden. Rebounded by Capella. Capella's got his 7th rebound here tonight. Here is Daniels. Dunn covering. Harden against Young. Good D by Harden. Clippers have got a pretty good rhythm going offensively, shooting 8 of 15 for the quarter. And it's Harden shutting it down.
His team leans heavily on James Harden when the game is hanging in the balance. Mr. Harden with a big shot.
Awesome display of athleticism captured by our AT&T 5G Slam Cam. Young passes to Capella. Here is Daniels. Dunn covering. Young, no good.
He needs to drive to the rim. The shot just not going.
Pass to Dunn. Nice passing here by Los Angeles. Outside, Jones. A 3-ball. Dunn shot's good. Dunn's got the lead up to 6 now for the Clippers. The Hawks shooting 53% from the floor. They're locked in. Young against Harden. The Hawks again can't hit. And here are the Clippers. They're on a 13-5 run here. Dunn outside. Harden against Young. Harden the pass to Powell. His 3-pointer's off the mark. Here's Shea, guarded by Powell. And it's Shea missing. Clippers leading by 6. Dunn left side. Shea with the steal.
Every second counts now. They can't wait around.
This is the very definition of desperation time. You've got to score every trip.
It's up a 3. It drops. What a beautiful shot to bring him to within 3.
That's a huge 3-pointer. He'd love to become a go-to guy for them here in crunch time.
Yeah, when he gets going, he adds another dimension to their offense that can make a huge difference when the game's on the line.
Harden against Young. There's 31 seconds left to play here in the fourth to tie it up. It's hauled in by Zubac.
And you don't want to give up that kind of look too often.
And he commits the intentional foul. 23 seconds left in the fourth quarter of this one, and that's an intentional foul.
And honestly, just doing what they have to in order to get the basketball back.
Good on the first, and that gives them a 4-point cushion. So he gets them both, and it's a 5-point game.
And I don't need to tell you guys, those free throws are big two-possession game now.
Atlanta calls timeout. They're trailing by 5. And what's their best move at this point?
They're trying to get back in this thing. They need a score.
They need to score, and they need to do it quickly, but it is still possible here.
There's 21 seconds left in the game. Here's Young. Rebound by the Clippers. And so they choose to intentionally foul.
Second personal foul. 15 foul. At the line for your Clippers, Chris Dunn taking 2 shots.
He drops the first one, and that increases their lead to 6. And so he drops them both. It's a 7-point game.
Well, you like when a guy calmly steps up, knocks down the free throws, exactly what you want.
Time call here. The Hawks decide to talk it over. We've got 13 seconds left in the fourth. Guys, your thoughts?
Some call them wins and lessons. Coach not wasting any time making his point.
Well, maybe not his time, but this game is certainly finished. Let's get it over with.
8 seconds left in the fourth quarter. And there's the intentional foul. No choice but to stop the clock here.
The team is independent.
And that hurts as he doesn't get the first one to fall. Trying to focus now on the second. That's good. Going 1 of 2 from the line, and that puts them up by 5. 7 seconds left to play in the final quarter. And Young kicks to Capella. Takes a 3. Missed. So the Clippers with the win. It was a fantastic ball game, and they did a great job making sure it didn't get away from them late.
Yeah, I mean, they faced some challenges, but really held firm when they needed to. On both ends, and just effective in terms of coming away with this win.
And now let's go over to David Aldridge from the sideline for an interview with our player of the game. Hey, David.
Thanks very much, James. You have seen every type of defense from opponents over the years. What do you enjoy about that back-and-forth challenge?
Just every single game trying to figure out what they're doing and how can I be aggressive and attack it. You know, I love playing the game of basketball. I love being crafty and just trying to compete at a high level every single night. You know, it takes a lot, but I'm built for it, and I'm going to just continue to keep going.
Well, you won the chess match tonight, man. Congrats on the win. Back to you.
All right, David, thanks so much. Thank you for joining us. That'll do it for now. For Doris Burke, David Aldridge, Greg Anthony, and the rest of our terrific 2K Sports crew, This is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. And now our player